Yo, back again. I'm really using these work session or these live streams to keep myself honest and working on this motion stuff. So, if you don't like motion or design, this might not be what you're looking for. So, um, yeah, I know I did 2 streams yesterday. I think I was on for about 5 hours. Didn't get a chance to work a ton last night, but I got some of the production elements done this morning. Um, There's a lot of exporting of individual tiles for the framework. So just to kind of reiterate, if you weren't on the other streams, I'm working on so I'm basically salvaging a concept. It was part of a collaboration. Collaboration didn't work out, and I didn't want the very specific automotive designs to die. So instead of just burying it like most other stuff, I'm repurposing it. So I've been going through designs for a good while. Had to make a hard pivot, so that took a good while. But I think I got a lot of the key states pretty well figured out. And then it's been a matter of getting it into motion now. So yesterday I was doing a lot of the kind of legwork. Kashar, yo, how's it going, man? Also, one thing I did notice, for some reason, I still can't figure out why. One of the live streams I was doing the um, of the singer concept didn't go live on YouTube for some reason. I don't see it on there. I was kind of wondering because it was at a good time of the day and literally like no one showed up. So I was like, oh damn, like took some time off and it's kind of dead. But yeah, for some reason didn't go live on one of the platforms that I have the most people kind of subscribe. So if you haven't checked out the Twitch, that seems more reliable as well. But yeah, so that's kind of my intro for today. Yeah, I can kind of get everyone caught up if you're coming in cold, didn't see the previous one. So I'm really just segmenting out different videos. I kind of have the whole storyline of this framework all done in just stills, but this is what it's being distilled down to is these move my mic, my like 5 or so videos. So talking about the build overview, which is going to be this sort of grid view here. So some of that loading thoughts, like that might be one of the ones I do last. The overview drop down, I think I'm going to work on that today. The build load in, I think I pretty well have that done. The rough cut of like compiling video is not quite there. The rough outline for the build view options is there. I got into some of the weeds of that off stream to do some of the really boring legwork that I don't think anyone wants to see me export like 25 little tiles. But that'll be part of it. Video, I think I'll do today. Cart, it's not a cart, it's a car. Start audio, and then the detailed caption view. So there might be some design also going on as well. I think there was an interesting comment yesterday. Sal comes in here pretty regularly mentioning if there was any way to view the images without kind of zooming in, zooming out. And there's like the grid view, but I think I might need to rethink some of the ways I'm thinking about just traditional navigation, because the idea is there's always going to be keyboard controls to kind of help guide people through it in just like a very linear fashion. I don't know if autoplay is something I want to do. I kind of mentioned that yesterday, so that might be something that it could flare up, and it could be something that I have to address. But yeah, so one of the things I did yesterday was made all of these actually real, which they're all 0101 or 001. So that's in there. And then one other thing I did figure out was, so these grid tiles will free scroll relative to the position that you're in. So it's meant to accommodate up to 50 images. So yeah, so now I have a way of moving. So if I move the position of this, so you can see like how it just fades off the bottom. So depending on scroll, I'm always able to have that. So it's just masking off of, it's doing an alpha matte off this rectangle, which has a gradient fill on it. So as long as you just taper the opacity on top and bottom, you're good. But yeah, so that means I have to do like 50 or so slides, which will be fun. But yeah, that's some of the stuff I did off stream to kind of get things in a better spot. Yeah, a lot more refinement going to be done today. So yeah, if you have any questions, want to chat about anything specifically, let me know. Again, kind of like yesterday, I don't know if I'm going to dive in too deep on anything like photo, video. I'm happy to talk about it while I'm working, any topic. So this is kind of me being available as I'm working, happy to kind of provide context or info on this. But yeah, largely going to kind of be purpose-driven stream. So I'm going to get to it. Kind of torn on like, because so this is where this is at right now. I got rid of a lot of the easing just as I was moving things around. But you can see the overall, like, it's supposed to be multiple scrolling, and so there's gonna have to be corresponding moves going on over here. So that's gonna be kind of a whole thing. But I did go through and add in a bunch more images. And yeah, figured out a different transition for this sort of grid view. But I have to go through and do all these images as well. Let's see, like, there's still that sheen's going the other way. That's not what you like to see. Where is that grid view? Yeah, so this position shift probably go away. So this way it's just the pre-comp itself is moving. No, actually it doesn't move in at all anymore. It's just kind of like this reveal. I'm debating whether it's like always underneath there. So if you have it here, it just kind of shows it. See, there's no fade going on here. I just get rid of this too. Interesting. 100% opacity here. Oh, that's because I didn't get there yet. View options. Yeah, so that's slow. That's a little too slow. Ooh. What happened to the position shift on this thing? Oh, I know why, because it's on top. That's pretty obvious. Put that below now, it should reveal underneath. It's kind of the cleanest. It's like I don't want like, yeah, I don't want too much going on. So maybe the less movement, the better. But again, it could be something that a little more exploration around, but just accounting for it in the storyboard framework definitely helps. Oh shit, look what it is. Good, Sal. As I said yesterday, that you were never stream when I'm at my desk. Look who decides to pull up as I'm jamming out the no ISO playlist. Well played. Hey, I'm, trying to step my game up a little bit, man. Trying to get on your level. Um, um, what timing? Yeah, I've been added a couple more songs to it this morning. It's like the release radar came out with some decent stuff. I haven't heard, I was like thinking about Feed Me. I haven't heard anything from him for a while, and he suddenly came out with this new song with Tasha Baxter, is someone who he did a song with a long time ago. Kind of interesting. It's like more low key. Let me just make sure again. So, all right, that's the rain coming through. Again, don't want that DMCA. Oh, it's so loud. There we go. Yeah, if you don't have the link, I feel like I'm always shamelessly plugging, but if you're on Twitch, exclamation playlist will give you the link, and exclamation commands will give you all the commands that are available from the what's it called? The old Nightbot or Streamlabs bot. So yeah, here we go. This video is getting kind of long is the only concern, just because there's so many there's so many ways to view, and I think like Sal, you had a good point yesterday. Um, oh, I should mention that the those commands I believe only work if you're on Twitch. Um, but I think the no, see, there's no good way for like the two chats to converse, because I think yeah, Kashar, um you're in YouTube land and Sal's in Twitch, but guys like are you're in the same place at the same time, but just there's no way to know. Let's see. Milo. Oh, bro. No, it's definitely your level, man. You're watching the struggle bus. I think this is a feel-good stream. It's like, you want to feel better about yourself? Come on in. Have a watch. Watch the struggle. Watch the train wreck in slow motion. Could you please give me an overview of the nav grid transition controls? I missed out on a couple of streams. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I thought I'd spare you. Yeah, so the nav, I can give you a quick walkthrough. So before it was, let's see, I'm all over the place. So before it was going to be a broader site with like a landing page that was more about the upcoming builds, garage, swag, press, and contact. But that's kind of the scope of the initial collaboration that this was meant for. And I could have done it. I just, with this becoming an unsolicited redesign, I mentioned this a little bit yesterday, that like once you get into like representing the whole business and like you start establishing hierarchy on their business needs and who they're talking to, I think I start fringing more into the area of the unknown and making assumptions where if this ever lands in Singer's lap, which would be ideal, um, I would want them to not like react to something and be like, he doesn't quite get it, doesn't know that like we don't really want to appeal to this audience, or we wouldn't do that. It's like this is purely like a media gallery at this point, so it's all stripped back. So this was the initial gallery, but the idea would be that this is like a microsite that could be linked off to from the main site. Um, Ideally integrated into something like this at some point. So this could be like a staged approach. Um, but so this is just going to be like a simple persistent navigation, so you can access all the builds. So you click it and it drops down, and so these are all the different views, all the different builds, and they all have like code names. And not really code names; they're just names of the builds based on the locations typically. There's a couple that are exceptions, like the ASC, which is the all-terrain, or I think it's ACS actually. I think I have it backwards. Yeah, it's all terrain competition study. And so that'll look something like this, where you click on it, you have the active state, and then there needs to be a cursor here. I need to export all my cursors. The idea being you can hover over this, the background image is going to swap to give you a preview, click into it, and then it's going to take you to the build detail page, which is basically this. And so the navigation condenses. Yeah, it's all pretty minimal. Like the idea as well is just to keep the framework, like get it out of the way. And so the top nav kind of resolving to this, like you drop the branding of Singer even once you get into the build, which I don't know, maybe they wouldn't like, but I think it's a decent solve. Like it's like people know, it's always like the idea of like making the logo bigger. It's like people know the brand. You don't need it omnipresent. You don't need it bigger. But there's even like I've gone back and forth on it. The idea is that this can condense down so you still have your position relevant, or you like understand your position in the grid, I guess is what I would call it, even in a condensed state. But yeah, that's the general framework. If there's anything specific, there's a lot of ideas that were floating around. But yeah, there's just different ways with like the scroll, the drag, that I'm just I'm gonna be working through today. But yeah, hopefully that answers and helps you get caught up. If there's anything I left out, definitely don't be shy about asking. What about come watch the stroll? Yeah, I mean, the shoe fits. You gotta wear it, man. I don't shy away from that. I like, yeah, I just always have this hard time people presenting this like. I know some people. There's like one guy I used to work with who always worked in a straight line. It's just like from brief to end, it was just like he knew exactly what he wanted to do going in, and he just executed. And I've never seen someone faster. Very talented too, but it just confused the hell out of me. I don't know how someone's brain like that works. Um, so yeah, there's a lot of struggle in my process. What better? Why not put it out there for the world to, feel better about themselves? I think I can delete this. No, you only live once. So one thing I do want to do, what's the other video? Video interaction. I don't know, I still have some details to add for the scroll view, so I'll do that. So one thing is that like the horizontal line that indicates position of where you're at. Ooh. So this guy right here. And I don't think I want to have this much meta floating around, but yeah, you can see this is, I've gone back and forth on like what the states are. So there's actually two different states in terms of like a scroll would be different than I mean, I don't know. I go back and forth on it. Whether it should be like locked. So where's the other version? Should just, yeah, so something like this. So whether it's like always masked to these positions, which kind of makes more sense, but the problem is that I'm seeing it almost shouldn't, because you kind of need that context of like where you're at. I think this one probably works better because for free scroll it doesn't really matter. Like you're just kind of in this zoomed out state. So if this is like just context, it's not necessarily like, if this was like a fixed transition, maybe I could understand it, or like if you let go, it's gonna do that. So that might make more sense for, yeah, actually this is something I've I've thought of. It'll make sense for this. I'm doing a terrible job explaining it. But let's do some random stuff. So I need to make a line. And I should have my reference, but I don't have it. That's something I should do. Which one do I like? There's so many different options of like where I position information on it. Monetize the struggle, bring home the bacon? Yeah. I'd love to. If I could full-time struggle, sign me up, man. I'm in. Here's to helping other people feeling good all the time. I'll have to iron that out. That could be something you guys. Here's to feeling good all the time. Watching this idiot struggle. So this is the active image line. I don't know if the information's totally right for what I want. So this would be references. Yeah, why not active image line? So I've managed to kind of stay decent with my organization so far. I'm kind of proud of myself. You see, these are all the exports I did earlier. Did it at 2x now instead of 1x. Realized halfway through, so I made about, I don't know, about 45 different exports this morning. That was fun. Where is that active line? It's right here. Just because I want to animate this, I mean, I could be all right leaving it as its own, like maybe because I know I want these numbers to kind of switch, I have to rebuild it in After Effects. There might be a way of retaining it as an image and just doing some creative masking blend modes, but it's not really worth it. The one thing I just have to see 1200 wide. Oh, why does it have a gradient fill? Do that. No stroke. Path. Oh yeah, Sal, I think you you bounced out quick. I had a question. Did you ever get the copy to clipboard working? Were you riding the struggle bus with me on that one too? Struggle bus needs passengers, man. Let's go. Go. I'll move that over to the side as I know I'm going to do a scale transform. Go. Oh, every time. Is there a way? Can escape be? ESC. Attack. Yeah, like in all these other applications. It's the most mind-numbingly frustrating thing in the world. Why are you doing this to us? Trevor, Mr. Trevor Hawks, I agree with you. In 2020, it's almost like the different app PMs don't talk to each other. Didn't. I always love the people who respond to like feature requests of like they just justify the way things are with like some sort of random workaround, even though like this guy's little pro graphics edge case is somehow more important than the fact that it lacks parity across the entire suite. I mean, I guess it's a reason for not creating parity, but oh, really? It's Birdman's having a field day. What is that? I don't know what's going on here. I'm just scaling stuff. You really can't zoom in any more than that. That's fascinating. Why is it letting me do it now? It was chirping at me or barking at me for... Go. So where's my reference? Really the only other one I need. I just duplicate this. I had an idea about like having time. There's a lot of like running timers, so that's something I'm gonna add in pretty soon, but I think that'll help bring this to life quite a bit. I did like the idea I had on one of them to have this as like the description of what it is. So this like introduction. See, I keep doing it. Enter. Kashar, yeah. Your message is visible. Did you switch from... Yeah, you went from YouTube to Twitch. Hey, appreciate it. Oh, so I have a bunch of different shit going on this page, but one thing that I can't figure out, when you click on copy handle, the rest change and resetting it. Check it. Not sure I can totally wrap my head around it, but let's give it a go. Copy email. Copy. Ah, you're a funny man, Sal. Copy to clipboard. So do you have... Oh, so you have multiple working. Wait, so what? I have a bunch of different shit going on this page, but the one thing left that I can't figure out, when you click on copy handle, the rest change and resetting it. Oh, so you're doing... Oh, the clipboard JS, is that what you're using for this? Is that what this is based off of? But I see, like, are you talking about like these all saying copied? Copy handle. Yeah, they're all copied. I see what you're saying. It is copying the right thing. Huh. Yeah, that's sort of... I mean, that was the one thing yeah, with like the... I'd be curious, like, how are you getting multiple instances on your page? And they don't reset after X seconds. Yeah. Oh, is that one of the parameters that you can just set like reset? Or it's like the badge where it says copied. That's just on hover. Hmm. That's interesting, man. pair these the same color fuchsia. So I will probably pre-comp this bad boy. Yeah, I'm gonna add this to components. So this is something I'll want to reuse over and over, and I can just have this sort of load in. And then maybe I can duplicate off of that whenever I have different scroll interactions. I may not need to. It's just easier if I want to have like, I don't know. I might not need to. Whatever. Scroll position marker. Scroll position marker goes in components. Not fuchsia anymore. The reference can go that anymore. I mean, it's there. I can clear these markers. Nope. Do that. Is there a way to... Oh, there we go. The thing I don't like about pre-comping with something with markers, it just inherits it. I saw a way to clear all. I don't know where that went. I don't know what this is. That bad? Comp button brings forward the comp related to this window. Oh, I see. That makes sense. The orange button at the top, click and it'll reset after X amount of time. Oh yeah. Interesting. Yeah, these are just on their own. Huh. You're above my pay grade at this point. My man. I don't think I can help. So one thing I'm thinking of is like how I want to display this. What I could do, if I just create a mask. So Q. This is my window. And I come here. Only I don't know. I feel like this is better off as a separate layer. If I just do Q, create a mask for this, alpha mat. This way, how do I hide that? I don't understand. Okay, what is this showing? Huh. So instead of, I don't know why, but for some reason my brain doesn't really do well with the whole masking within the same layer. I kind of like separating them out. It just seems like a cleaner solution. It's 10. Fill over stroke. I want stroke on this. But it is not masking. Interesting. So it should be, I should just do all of it. I think I messed one up in there. But no, if I animate the position, yeah, see, there's my fuck up right there. And so there's going to be a lot of duplicate information in terms of like, there'll be position here, which actually it should be 0. It should be one less 0. Just so it has parity with the tiles on the left. Like it's kind of one of those things that's like, I don't really need the extra 0. So oh, I just did it again. Yeah, Sal, I don't know if like there's anything I can do to help. Happy to like research some things off stream as well. Um, I appreciate you like sharing what you're doing. Oh, I think I got that right. Sorry, I was just when you get into like a rhythm of just like repetitively inputting stuff, there should be a ton of them now. 27. I don't really like that like reduced. You drag the point after effects to reach. Looks like you have click on the blue rectangle with the lightning bolt in the top. At the bottom, I don't know how I read that as top. Bottom of the comp panel to check your preview. Lightning bolt. The fuck is that? I don't see any lightning bolts. I think it would be somewhere in here, but that's why it keeps me busy and out of trouble with the mess. Hey, happy to keep you out of trouble, man. I could have sworn I. Oh, that's the shape. That's why. So this is the line. Yeah, so here's get this position correct. Get this locked. I thought there was a way to snap to like the center. If you hold shift, I thought it snapped to like center points. Maybe it's only like 0, 0 center, not so much these. I thought you could like corner pin. Well, yeah, I really wish I could do away with this adaptive resolution. Yeah, so that's my final state. I think it would be kind of nice to just have a quick roll in head position. Probably needs to be a little snappier. Yep. And I know all these easings are just linear and probably looks like shit. I'm trying not to do it, but it's kind of hard. Like I always want to do it. And so I was talking about this yesterday. I have my own sort of like almost everything I do is like 80-20 keyframe velocity in and out. I think I got that. My buddy told me about that. But so this is where like this is exactly, I was like, I don't think I'll have a problem doing it with this, but I think I will. So if I start adding points after easing, sometimes like you get some wobble between this keyframe and this keyframe. So see if I get it. And so I'm gonna have to do some like I've got some pre-comp inception going on where I'm like 2 pre-comps deep, so I have to like chase the playhead on where this is. This is grid spots. Oh, so this is interesting. Oh, so I faded it here. Yeah, so that's like free scroll. That's something else entirely. But you can see what we just did. Not gonna be, but all these like different moves that are happening on the positional or the all the comps. I'm gonna have to like go in here, scroll position marker, and flag it. So I mean, the start is the start. So I probably need to start hiding some of these so I don't lose my mind. Grid layout, I don't need that right now. Also got to save because this is After Effects. Never know. So this second move to here. Go ahead and flag this. That's the first move. My position of this, like this needs to all happen really quickly. It's almost like there's no time to stop. It's just like this. I just get rid of this keyframe. Yeah. All right, just checking something real fast. Okay. But yeah, so I think this should actually line up Because yeah, there's really no point in having like this initial sort of stop. And I think I need to, I'm gonna have to have multiple instances of this scroll position marker where I map out all the different um, transitions that are happening. So this will be a view option. Actually, I might not need to do it. If I have it all cut in one video, I should be all right to just make this long and just keep mapping it. Uh, free scroll. Then moves to here. And it moves again here. And I do need to check if I'm moving it the right amount to double check the slide so I don't have too many. But just having these keyframes in and it's just a matter of adjusting the values. Good with that. Say 15 the number. There we go. I'd probably want to do the same mask. There you go. Just need to position, animate this in. This I can ease. Not gonna. Yep. See how this is. See if it syncs up. I'll need to do another, was that 5 seconds? Yeah, it's at 5. You can see that's when the shift happens. This will be out. So this will be ooh. See, it's not perfectly at the end. Yeah, it's like moving position. Definitely shouldn't. I almost do want to move the position over just a touch. Yeah, 230, 600. Yeah, it's still not like a full pixel size. I don't know what to do about that. If anyone knows how to avoid these half pixels in After Effects, like definitely let me know because everything should be on full value. Yeah, I guess zeroing out the anchor point helps. Oh. Huh. Oh, you can see it moving though. Look at that. I always thought anchor point was Y, but I guess not. Oh, why does it keep doing this? Now I'm just losing my mind doing this. Probably shouldn't even bother. Nope. Oh. Yeah, should have cleaned it up a little bit. Let's see. I also need to make sure to have this. I'm less certain about whether or not that's the right position. So I don't know if I want to start typing out all these different like titles for all these different slides. I do think the same mask approach will be important. Oop, don't scale. So we can do the same sort of like Rolodex. It's like an old style like tachometer or something. And so I need this to be wide. Never know how long these titles are going to be. Give it plenty of space. That's the mask. Position of this. Yeah, and I'm trying to make a habit of zeroing out to avoid half pixels, but this at least should have the same. Should be probably more mathematic with it. That's all right. Stuff happens so fast. As long as it's like moving roughly the same distance, it should be pretty close. I do think there should be a slight offset. Yeah, it probably should be like at the end. Yeah, that works. And so it won't Rolodex like the numbers for now. This is something I keep saying I'm trying to rough it all out, but you know, it's kind of fun to dive into these details. And so another move needs to happen, the out. Everything else on this out needs to occur also, or be reversed. So for the 60, this can be reversed. Yeah, so this all happens on the out. Same with this. And I was talking about yesterday, sometimes just a little bit of offset in timing can just create a lot of variability. Not variability, like feels more dynamic and everything feels more purposeful, I would say. Extra 0.5 pixels for anti-aliasing, I believe. If you don't have that 0.5 pixel, then it appears a little big and smooth on some displays. Yeah, no, it's definitely the anti-aliasing. I'm just trying to understand why it's there on something that's a whole pixel value. It's positions on a whole pixel value, and the size is a pixel value. So there shouldn't be any half pixels to anti-alias, but it's picking something up. I don't know what exactly it is. And so one thing I'm realizing right now is actually I don't know what the um oh, See what this guy has
Hi,
to
and
say.
welcome to the plugin autopsy of FXAA, which is, as I mentioned, a problem that's as old as computer graphics. There are some other methods. Instead of just the camera sending out multiple
Oh,
rays
I
per
don't need a
pixel,
technical description of
it's
this.
almost removed. We place the original non-blurred image on top of that to one layer as opposed to
Wrote that down. Alpha add, or should I set the shapes in separate layers and illustrate and simply animate? Yeah, where's the snap to pixels? Oh no, what did I just do? Oh, no search on this. Display. Grids. Appearance. Snap to pixel. Oh. All right, 15 seconds. Yes, that is that is snapping to pixels. Don't explain it. Other ways to get around this issue, the classic After Effects mosaic is a possibility. Also, eye expressions. Useless, useless, useless. Photoshop. Okay.
So previously in After Effects CS6 and earlier, when you have a layer, either calculate the position and figure out exactly where it should be, or you could use some form where you wanted it, but to get it lined up pixel perfect. Now, with snapping in CC, you can either turn on this checkbox or
So, see, this is all I needed. Line. Got this blurry piece of shit. Snapping. Still a blurry piece of shit. God damn it. Snap along edges extending beyond layer boundaries. I tried. Like that doesn't. There's no half pixels anywhere in this. Oh, here we go. There is. Sorry, this is something like I'm sure it's annoying. There's no half pixels anywhere. I don't know. I don't get it. I have to text my buddy real fast. This is kind of bugging me out. Give me 1 second. You're gonna be stuck with me again. Sorry. Okay. See what happens. I could put this here. Sorry, managing my screens. And we're back. Okay, well, hopefully I'll get a answer about that. Feel bad. Asking him super entry level type shit. But the one thing I'm thinking about with this is like this out, I need to keep this position. So the in was animating from like off the bottom in. So now I need to like animate the size of this mask. Should probably set the Y for anchor point for this at the bottom. So if I set the size, the shift, again, I don't know if this is the best way of doing it. Set the Y to 0. Why isn't it go to the bottom? Maybe instead of size, I just do scale. And yeah, that'll do it off the anchor point at least. Maybe not. That's why. Move there, please. There we go. Having Sketch 2, it's annoying when we have these pixel perfect spacing, etc. Yeah, I've been able to rectify it in Sketch pretty well. It's probably the most useful thing I've done with my, it's one of the most useful things. So I have this Stream Deck I use a lot for streaming, but there's this round to pixel command. So if you don't know about it, I don't know where it is. It's in a range round to pixel. And so that zeroes out all the values. That has been life-saving because I've like had to go in here, so stuff will end up on a half pixel and it'll be like 24.2 and I've got to like just delete all the decimal points on that. Or you can just put round to pixel and it snaps everything to the grid. And so for me with the Stream Deck, I just have that as one of my features right away. If I can just, if I do 0.25, 0.1, 0.3, 0.02, whatever. So I have all of those as just arbitrary values. I just push the, I won't push it. I guess I can show it. I can do like round to pixel. And everything's rounded out to an even value. So definitely recommend, at least like if you don't have a, I almost think nobody has Stream Decks who use it for things like Sketch, but I would set a keyboard shortcut for that. It's life-saving. A lot of like 1 pixel lines that, like especially if you do like center align things, It has a propensity to put things on half pixels, and everything just gets smudgy. It's fun. It was a little weird that this moves. I might move the numbers with it. Just so it's sort of mimicking the move. Well, you can see the easing's having a large effect on this. Introduct. Oh, so no, that's why. It's not even aligned on the out. Okay. Things are slowly coming back to my brain. Make it the same timing. See, it's not perfect. Because the move, it's too much of a move. Or it might even be the fact that this has, that this has easing on it. Yeah. You can see a little bit of the previous number, so it might need to be a little bit less of a move. Yeah. It's still not synced. Why is the 60 so much slower? Hmm. Weird. Yeah, of course, man. Kashari, yeah, definitely give it a shot. It has been helpful, to say the least. So now I should have this guy coming in and out. Yeah. And so it's going to be kind of this like in and out, in and out. This is, my OCD just kind of wants to label all these things. So then if I come through and I want to do like exports of just specific cuts, like maybe at the end I want to break this up into 3 different videos. So I can put them like side by side or something. Of like, here's the scroll interaction for, or here's the free scroll, here's the drag, here's the nav hover. I can kind of quickly get a look at that. Gallery nav hover. There we go. Oh, that's what I want to listen to. The new Nas album, King's Disease 2. See if it's any good. Heard one song and it was pretty solid. Not crazy about an EP or a Eminem feature. Love the EPMD feature. Nas and Lauryn Hill. Love to see it. I did hear back. Apparently there's some settings to check. He might actually pop in the stream. Bail me out. I think this is... It almost feels like the timing's, it's too slow. Yeah, I think it's gonna jump in here. Apparently it's a couple settings to figure out. Or just check. I thought it was just snapping, but... Oh, yeah, there's just so much stuff to animate with these scrolls. I'm just... The bulk of it's there. And once I get like the ins and outs set, I can just kind of copy and paste those keyframes. So every time this transition happens, I can just duplicate these ins, which is right here. I feel like Matt's gonna have a panic attack when he sees my manual keyframing and easing and lack of organization. Sorry, Matt. So this is drag. No, was it click and drag? Actually, I don't think I can copy those. Second copy. Line. The mask for this. Definitely be. So the benefit of this should be, well, maybe not. Oh, it's not the position, it's this one. I need to time frame reverse. This should work, but now I'm gonna get all sorts of weird shit because I'm time frame reversing. Like, so I have to imagine. No, I'm not getting any. Get that weird wonk when you start easing and move things. Let's see. Actually, I'm gonna try something new. Do a Discord call. I gotta figure out if my audio's all figured out. I don't know what it's gonna do for... My computer might explode. I'm gonna do the old idiot cam here for a second. I'm gonna add, start Discord. Yo, I don't know, actually. I can you hear me?
So I have your stream up and I don't hear myself.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yo? I can't hear you. I don't know what's going on. Technical difficulties, input device. Can you hear me? See, I can see the waveform showing up. Oh. I hear like scratches. It's so strange. It sounds like clicks. Turned into a dolphin? What happened? Yeah, I turned. I wonder if I try now. I hope you can hear that. Yeah, you turned into a dolphin or something. I don't know what that is. That's more like a ground squirrel. I don't know if this is gonna work. Me. All right, so I'm trying to. I don't know if this is coming through on the stream or not. Yeah, it is. I think because my mic is trying to be sent to too many different places, like between Discord and this. There should be a way to do it. I just never done it before. Um, what the heck? Well, let's see. For desktop streaming. Yeah, so I have Wavelink and it's supposed to route it and I can just keep it from going through to the stream, but when I turned it on, you heard what I was hearing. Matt sounded like a ground squirrel of some sort. Um, Sorry, I'm trying to figure out another option. Fuck it, yeah, let's do. We'll try the what's it called? The old telephone. Let's see. Yeah, bud. Oh my God, I don't know what that audio was about, man. That was so strange. Oh, that's fun. Well, feedback loop. Long time listener. Oh my God, that was yeah, it was like I don't know. I have to try and that would be a good thing to be able to do is just like bring people in, but the audio is being routed for the call and for the live stream through primarily a live streaming app. So I don't know. I gotta sort that out. Oh, me neither. Me neither. But so you can see what I'm talking about. This smudgy piece of shit right here is supposed to be 1 pixel. That's the frame. Or you might need to catch up with the stream. Oh, are you sure you want to do that? Negative 600? No. Well, I was trying to put it to the left side. Like, because I'm trying to expand it out as like a scale. So this is. All right. Scared me. I was like, I do that all the time. Like, yep. Oh, what? You serious? Okay. still, I mean, that's the, would that transform?
I mean, it's a shape, so it should be.
I mean,
Shift. So
mm-hmm.
it will be.
Weird.
It's put the scale of the.
Huh. Okay. So I'm not like totally being dumb about this, just like half to 3/4. Yep. And so snapping does next to nothing up top. Oh, okay. Got it. Huh. Interesting. Does the fact that the anchor point's off the shape, I mean, the fact it's a 1 pixel line, like I noticed like scaling with the anchor point off, like it was just kind of doing some weird like half pixel moves. I don't know if it's still doing it or not. No. It is now. Well, that's because it's centered on a 1 pixel line vertically, so that now it's the position is at a half pixel also. Nothing. Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know if I still have that or not. Oh, yeah, then yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so I have here we go. I have the Motion 3 extension, which I actually don't really use. You ever use it? I guess I could do. I should probably keep this open. Only problem is it scales everything down so far on this, like in terms of like the viewable screen becomes a lot smaller just for this stupid thing. So it's a big fucking panel. I should probably go full screen. Why not? Living large, doc. Well, I think that was it. I'm glad I'm not being dumb. Like, because I was just staring at these smudgy half pixel lines and like, this thing is full of just like, and even these sort of, I mean, it looks better now as I went to like 2x, but you can see like it's still, I guess because it's animating position, it's potentially stopped at a. Yep. Yep. Okay.
That's for like
Is there any like keyboard shortcut to get to like the contents, or is you always have to go through these fucking things? Oh my god.
J1. Yeah.
Oh, this one.
And sometimes, oh yeah. Here.
Yeah, 176.
Especially the big front illustrator.
Mm-hmm.
And
Got it.
shapes like
Yep.
doesn't.
Yeah, I have noticed that. I think this plugin will help sort of do that. I think it snaps it to the shape. But I was doing some, where is it? I mean, you know, it was just drawing some like the framework of this is all in like individual pieces, and just getting the anchor point for those was just so needlessly painful. Oh, all right. Well, I feel better. Not totally stupid. I did run into the issue where the scale and position happening at the same time. It looks like it's on some curve.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, so I gotta figure it out. But yeah, thanks for that too, man. Bailing me out. I'm out of my league. Mm-hmm.
It's you.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Yeah, I'll take a look at that.
You'll
Yeah, I was able to kind of sort it out a little bit on like this first move. I think it was just separating or no, it's this one here. It was like just offsetting, like having the position shift being like half the time of the scale shift. Or no, the opposite. Scale shift was half the time of the position. So it kind of like they were so different. I don't know. You can still see it kind of like arc down a little bit. Mm-hmm.
that's still
Oh,
taking it.
yep. I've
Ease my
got it. Never done that, but that makes a lot of sense. Yep.
you can the move so the
Yep. Yeah, I was like, so these are all just like, there's no easing on anything yet because I was like getting the timing right. But that was one thing I was just trying to do really quickly was try and figure out like a smooth scroll, like anytime you have like any sort of glide on a release. Like I was trying to go into the graph editor and get it to work, but nothing quite felt right. But I think having that like that clear separation of like letting go and then just dragging everything out from there, that makes a lot of fucking sense.
The do it. That way, you need like wait from
Yep. Yep. That's
push too much determine.
yep. 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 Yeah, I had this problem yesterday. It's like, where the fuck is everything? I don't know, like I couldn't edit anything.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
view it,
Yeah.
view it.
Uh yeah. What is this down? Dude, it's still a struggle from the trip. Like my brain is not recovered. This is like the first day I came back. I tried to do a stream. Uh-uh. Wait, what's up? Maybe it's yeah, maybe I'm just in denial about how low my baseline is. Like that's the common denominator. Like the beer, like beer's not to blame. I don't know. Oh, yeah. It's I'm going to the grave with this condition. Not quite terminal. It could be, you know, depending how stupid I could accelerate. But who knows, man. Yeah. There's no cure. Yep.
That is effective keyframe. And then and maybe it means like
Mm-hmm.
so like taking one yeah, changing the
Yep.
putting in a keyframe shit like
Got it. Can you add keyframes from here? Do you have to go back? Or no, you
you
can.
can do yeah. And yeah, you can
Okay. Yeah, I think
do spec rate. Look at how you know, give it a tail.
got it. That is super helpful.
So we'll do
Yeah, because I'm currently just doing the storyboard, but I definitely want to get into and making sure there's a clear distinction on like free scroll, click and drag, and some of that
yeah.
it's like all like the release and shit like that. So dang man.
And things starting to
Yeah.
make sure you put keyframe.
So I never do hold keyframes. I was talking about that yesterday actually. Like I just duplicate what's up?
Keyframe.
I never use them. I don't know why I can't wrap my head around it. I just like so if I need something to hold, so this is position. So if I'm holding between here and here, I just duplicate the keyframe.
Yeah. That interpolation.
Yep.
The influence in the speed, it may may like kind of,
Yep.
so it won't be like subtly
Yep.
moving. So that's why more than you can run.
Yeah, I've found like a lot of times I'll have to redo like so sometimes if I do like keyframe velocity on something and then to undo it, I just duplicate it and then do like time frame reverse on it. I get like weird like it starts just like floating around and I have to go through and do what is it, keyframe interpolation, and then just do
Keyframe it is too.
I didn't know that. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know you can go back. I only saw it like make. I don't even know what the circle one means because I never use it. But yeah, it doesn't go to like hold or anything. Hold. Classic mistake. Yeah, I don't know. No sort of modifiers really
There
getting
is
out of
one
it.
roll shift.
Yeah. I think a quick search will probably yield that. But cool, man. Really appreciate it. God damn. Yeah, I figured like there probably some cringe-worthy things going on here. So just yeah, I won't go too deep on any of this stuff. Just close your eyes, you know. I'll hide all this stuff so you don't have to. I don't even know if this will give you anxiety. All like the lack of structure and all the different maskings and.
I've seen a lot worse.
All right. Hey.
Although, are you using masks and not track mats?
Using layer mask. I don't know if by track masks you mean like the ones that are embedded within like the layer.
The track mats are like another shape, or typically a shape. Could be an image or an alpha mat or something like that. Yeah, those guys. Are you are using it there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
all right, never mind.
so like I was using some of the ones like I would always do it on accident, where I would have like the text layer selected and I draw a shape and it just ends up making a mask on that fucking layer. So I always have to like click down here and then draw my shape. I don't know if that's just me being dumb. But you used to be able. Oh, I'm whacking the mic.
I'm curious. No, actually, that you've been this. I'm curious how you're structuring it because it. All right, so what are your animated thing that's invisible?
Oh, so it's just off. Okay, so this is a pre-comp. So this is.
Yeah.
So I'm just like I'm creating all this like different components, and so, just breaking them out and trying to be strategic about it, kind of knowing where I need to go. So that's where I have all these markers to try and get it all synced up. But I don't know what specifically were you looking at.
So like if you click into map, what is that? I can click here too.
So that's just a rectangle shape, just to, yeah, let me. So it's mostly, it does the animation like in and out for this, but it's also for like the progress. It's basically the same mask on that one. And so then to keep the position, I have to do like a scale, but it's a little weird. And the one thing I used to do a lot more of was I would put the mask within the layer and then you could keyframe the shape of the mask, but you can't do that anymore. It brings up this weird dialogue which just gives you like size and you kind of have to like guess. That's, I mean, unless, let me see if I can. Okay. Yeah, because I used to do it all the time. Like that was my way of like revealing, like if I did like a radial wipe, like I could just do, or any sort of just reveal. Like you used to be able to go in and do mask path, click this, and then you could just free form, just drag and expand, but this is all I can see, which is like, yes, you can change the shape, which is great, but you can't, like, as far as I know, it doesn't reflect. Shape. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Yep.
So shape is to try to get.
That makes sense. I don't like that it's separated. Like they force that separation. It'd be nice if it was just like an option to do it this way, or to just like, I don't need it precise.
Sure.
But I mean, maybe I do. I just don't know it yet. Yep. Hmm. Yeah. Well, shit. Appreciate it, bud. Um. Yeah, I gotta get you a like some sort of like overlay, like on the line. You know what? If you want to appear regularly, I can work on that. Create some So yeah. Yep. Gotta be. This is the hotline, highest priority. Jesus Christ. All right. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I'm just making it up as I go. So, yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Oh shit, my line's gone. God damn it. All right. Fuck something up. All right, well, yeah, thanks, bud. I appreciate it. All right, see you, man. Well, that works. Thank you, Mr. Matt Austin. I don't know if you guys could hear anything that was being said, but we're just going through some of the nuances of oh, what happened. There we go. Some of the nuances of like shapes, and he's a guy who loves being very precise, and I just kind of eyeball the shit out of it. So me getting fuzzy lines was no surprise, but I'm glad to hear it's not just me being dumb with a lot of this stuff. Like, I've struggled with half pixels, I've struggled with like the masking type stuff. Um, yeah, he's the one who showed me the null object stuff with position and scale, so then I can have like a fixed um, anchor point. That's how I got this whole scroll thing to work. I don't think I would be able to get that to work. But like, I don't know if you could hear, but one of the things we're kind of chatting about quickly was this sort of like, if you have scale and position moving at the same time, it kind of looks like you can see how it like it moves up, but then because the center point is down, it's kind of doing both simultaneously. It's like it's trying to move position up, but then scale down to the anchor point. And I could, one way of solving this, I guess, would be to move the anchor point of the null, move the position, move the anchor point of the null, but then I'm getting into the same problem I was trying to avoid with the, what's it called? With the original solution of just like animating. So setting the anchor point, animating, and then moving the anchor point to try and then reset. But then you have to do all these offsets with position it's just a mind fuck. Arjun, yo. Do you set up easings yet? Not yet. Doing a couple here and there, but not too many yet. Sorry, I didn't eat breakfast. Trying to spare you guys from hearing any of that shit. Getting there. I think some of it is. And I'm talking with so Matt was just on talking about, so if we want to recreate different ways of basically having extended glide. So like if you use a touch device, or in this instance, we want to, it's like if you have a smooth scroll on a website, it has that sort of ease to a stop. So how do you replicate that in After Effects? So that has to do with adding key points, or adding keyframes, and then messing with that and kind of splitting the kind of ease out into two different portions. Yeah, it's getting there. So all these little components, been working on this morning. It's been kind of slow. But yeah, you can see like the stuff. I mean, you know what? Live a little. So this sort of hold. This also doesn't feel. Position still moving. This transition here just the scale null. Oh, don't do that. This is like, I really want like a long sort of release. Where am I? Right here. Where the fuck is the speed editor? Yeah, this is the speed graph. But why is this? I don't understand why that. Ooh. You can see how, I don't know why that's messing with everything. This value. It does feel like it's coming to a stop, and I don't understand why it's affecting all of them. I only want this 1 point. Well, let's see what happens. I don't think this is going to go well at all. I don't know what I just did and why it's modifying all points. Yeah. This is not what it's supposed to look like. That is just a bouncy. Hey, doing that. I'm about to have all the keyframes selected. Oh. Yep. God damn. Matt, just in the nick of time. I was like, why? Hell. Yeah, I mean, it feels better. I don't know why it was doing that. Like, it had, maybe is there a duplicate key point or keyframe? I do that sometimes where I just create two. Oh, I don't know what that was about. Thanks, Matt. You're the best. You know of any good animation interaction systems like part of a brand identity? Paging Matt Austin. Paging Matthew Austin. Are there any good interaction systems out there? I don't know, like off the top of my head. From like a brand perspective, like at a brand level, I don't really know. None really come to mind. I mean, everything I'm familiar with is like either in product or online, and so many people like overdo it, if you ask me. I don't want to. I don't know. I don't want to like call anyone out for some of their stuff, but a lot of interactive designers who work on these brands kind of go a little crazy. So I don't really know what that's about. I think, I do it too. I can't really lie. But yeah, as a brand, like no one really sticks out in my head, if I'm being entirely honest. Sorry. Kind of a shitty answer. Collins did some pretty cool stuff for Twitch. Collins does rad work. Why is this in the Adobe blog? Why is their case study linked to... Interesting. Don't want to read on. I don't want to just see it. Nintendo. Oh, it must just be in the products. I'm guessing. Can't imagine. I'm so narrow-minded thinking like, oh, is it on their website? Like, I think it's all on their interfaces. Their website sucks. So weird for a brand that's like so thoughtful. This is what they come with on the web. I don't know. Strange. Is this the motion you're talking about, Matt? Look at this. Spin. Oh, the San Francisco Symphony is also another good one. Oh, yeah, I mean, the obvious one is also DIA, the Squarespace stuff. I think I reference this all the time. It's a little over the top in some moments, but that's kind of like the brand they wanted to do. Like when it gets into some of these like larger gridded applications. But there's like a whole system behind it. It's really clever. So if any like kinetic type stuff, if you want to see who the masters are of that, it's definitely, to me at least, it's DIA or DIA or whatever it is. Like just the simple transitions, like it's all like really smart in the way they do it. And yeah, San Francisco Symphony. I've been seeing like the design and motion for this everywhere lately. They have a book. Interesting. Was that Collins that did this? Yeah, it is. Right there. Yeah, this was so well done. The little transitions in like the type. Like, all like pulling from motion or from like sound as an inspiration. Fuck. Stuff's so good. Uber did have a pretty nice system for sure. I remember Weno had that like they had a microsite. This. I thought they like talked about the motion system. Yeah. This is their own case study. Yeah, I thought they had more like system of motion that they talked about, but could be wrong. This thing was super well done though. Yeah, it looks like yeah, Davies, I think this is I think that was the case study. I'm kind of surprised it's still here. I haven't been to Ueno's website since the acquisition. Kind of interesting it's still here. They code like custom tools to create the graphics. Yeah, DIA definitely does their own tools. Um, pretty wild. They like, I don't know how they do it. It's pretty sweet. Definitely nice to see more studios putting focus on motion. I think it's been so long overdue. Like, and there's just so many more ways to implement it now. Like the whole Lottie integration. That I mean, even Webflow. Technically, I could get into that, but interactions are such a cornerstone um, of like, I guess I could pull it up. Yeah, it doesn't matter. If you know Webflow, you know it's like the whole interactions panel. It's so easy to implement. So it's kind of like there's no excuse for places, and the bar is set where, like, if you have a site and you're not considering motion, you're kind of missing, I don't know, a big opportunity in terms of like perception of it. Like things don't feel refined. There's this now like base level expectation that, like, if it's a professional site or if it's anything that's to be considered or perceived as like thoughtful, some form of motion, some of it's more subtle than others, but it's definitely a component there, which I know there's I mean, Matt, I don't know if you're still here or not. I mean, he used to say how he had to kind of like justify everything, because motion was always like a nice to have. Like you talk to engineers or developers and you're like, oh, we needed to do this, and they're just like, don't have time, do it later. It still works without it. And it's like they're not wrong, but it's like if you want to do things right, you kind of have to put in the extra little bit of effort. Spare you that. Sorry, I hope that doesn't get picked up by the mic. Studio Dunbar, I don't think I've heard of them. I need to get out more. Damn. I can appreciate that. But big fan. See, Argent, you're asking the wrong person. Asking me who does like good motion systems and me living under a rock most of my life. Like, I don't know. Here you go. Thankfully, there's a couple other people in here who've gotten out and experienced a lot more than me. Like, these are so well done. Branding the Netherlands. Hmm. I really like these guys' work. It's like just the right amount of crazy. It's it's distinct. It's not like every other shop out there. I think some of like this in the Swiss minimalism or whatever you want to call it is, and you see a good bit of that. But just like the refinement and the motion combined with that, I don't know. You don't see a lot of that. Yeah, these guys are good. I haven't done a lot of branding, and this just makes me want to do branding and think about motion systems like this. Good, great talk. What we got? Oh, we gave it an awards talk. I'm gonna save this till later. Yeah, there's another good one. What's the other? I don't know if it's. I think someone had it. It was on like a Dropbox. I think. Can't remember his. Yeah, Payon. If you ever get a chance to listen to Mitch talk, I think this might be it.
But you know, put them next to Herbie Hancock. Perfect, you know. But like, you know, it's understanding that people really teach you.
I don't think this is the one I'm thinking of. It looks like the same talk. The audio quality is pretty shit, but I think he gave it somewhere with the better, a better mic. If you want to check this one out. Did Ari did you work on that site? Which one are you talking about, Stefan? Is that? Sorry, I'm like trying to keep up with the chat. The Uber one. I know he had some ties with Leno. I don't know if he did anything with Dunbar. None of the. I think there's anything familiar from here. I think Marcus Brown's Talk Awards is one of my favorites. I'll have to listen to it too. Marcus is a. I don't hear much out of Marcus, but whenever I do, it's just like, damn. The request site. If he did, I don't know about it. Yeah, I don't think he did. I could be wrong. He does a lot of. I mean, Ari's always cooking up something. He's got like 3 things going at once right now. There's probably 5. But this would be something he would. Like if he did this in WebGL, probably be so smooth. Yeah, Marcus definitely is a beast. Like the whole canal site. Oh, can't see it now. Yeah, this thing is just, I don't know, wild. This guy's on another level. I mean, it's like a lot of like, just the thoughtfulness. Like editorial design is not anything new, but I think just getting it to work in a web format, and then all the interactions that come along with it. Although I'd argue that's probably not how that's supposed to look. Yeah, I love this site. So good. Oh, easings. Where is Marcus now? Is he at Resin? Is he? Oh, he's still freelance. Huh. Yeah, he hasn't posted anything. Is he better on Behance? If he is. Yeah, September 20. I haven't seen any of this stuff. Pretty wild. Yeah, I'm a big fan of his work. Like always progressive, but it's just very smart in how he does everything. Why not following him? Because there's a lot of people who do just like weird out there stuff, but it doesn't make sense. His is always kind of like walking that line quite nicely. I need to. Where is. At the end of that move? The start of another move. Where's the next move end? Right here. Oh, that's because the outs. Okay. I think I'm going a little too crazy with some of these numbers. Oh, this is gonna fuck everything up. Yep, right there. I don't want to do this like move. I'll just let the mask do all the heavy work. It's just too much losing the position. There's a smallish group of people always just doing killer stuff. Yeah, there is. There's like there's people who do like big work for big clients. There's people who do like weird, just super creative stuff. But like him, he's one of the people who just that cross section. And it's like such a feat to be able to with client work like that be able to pull something off that is a bit bolder. I don't know. He's a savage. But I just can't like I haven't heard from him for a while. Kind of weird. This line needs to move a little faster. Right here. Line scale. Go. All right, so I kind of want to get the gallery nav, the free scroll. Weird is like the fade out. Like what it's doing with the exclusion blend mode. It's almost inverting it. It is inverting it. Almost, so I might push that back even further. So yeah. Add a little more clarity. I think this could be done quicker too. Oh, that's really fast in general. Yo, what? Always been that fast? One thing I do need to bring in is the cursors. Those aren't there. I need to get my site up ASAP. Yeah, dude. Personal sites are a struggle. That is the hardest project. No guardrails. Look at things long enough, everything sucks. I'll speak for myself. I won't say for anyone else. I hate everything I do after a while. And if I'm designing and iterating, I mean, Like some of the death rolls I was in on my site several times. I just look at like the project pages and be like, oh, that's sweet. Then I'll just like do some modifying, like, well, what if I do this? It's like, but is it even any good to start with? And it's, dude, it's bad. And also, um, yeah, Davies, as soon as it goes live, yeah, I hate it pretty much. And this is where it's a blessing and a curse, where I've done so many like Webflow streams on here. I think a lot of people are interested in Webflow, which I think is great. I love Webflow, but I also hate it because there's this concept, like the original collaboration got killed like a month ago, and I haven't gotten it out because I've just been buried in my own site. Like I just find something new, it's like that bugs me. Like I could fire up my site right now and give you like 10 things I don't like about it. Um, and it's at a certain point, it's just like I just got to be done with this thing. Like this whole like all the conditional like visibility of things drives me crazy. All the original product pages, just like the titles drive me crazy. This feels underwhelming, like it's missing something. And I bet you like if I go and like poll people of things that they see wrong, they'd probably find something else or find nothing at all. They'll find something. There's plenty of things that need fixing, but like this layout to me, just I spent so much time just refixing this, and I already want to fix it, but I just like I gotta not do that right now. So if you think about the Webflow route, and you share that sort of mentality, I promise it will become again a blessing and a curse. Like it's my site's gotten better, but it's eaten up all my free time. So I gotta not do it. I've had the urge to just say no design and just make it pure HTML with no CSS or JS. Yeah, I mean, I've been seeing that more and more. Um, I mean, a lot of like, it's funny. A lot of like the more senior level creative directors who have good work, they just put up like this text only sort of portfolio. And it's kind of like the ultimate flex of like, if you know me, you know me, and I'm capable of whatever. Like that's like, I don't know how people get there. But yeah, until you get to that point, I don't know if I'll ever get to that point. I like having my own site. I just want to like it is all. Don't like it. A lot of portfolios become fairly boring at the moment. There's a lot of similar sites going live. Absolutely. The sea of sameness. And I don't think I'm immune from that critique either. Like I think there's elements of it that are original, but this sort of style is just becoming kind of, I don't know, commonplace in a lot of ways. This kind of like Swiss whatever. I actually had someone say my style looked like David Carson, which I know he meant it in the nicest way possible, and he said it was high praise, but um, yeah, I don't really like David Carson. So I kind of like, there was a lot of things that just went sideways on me yesterday. Um, but being told I look like my work looks like David Carson was one I just wasn't quite ready um, to hear. But you win some, you lose some. There's worse comparisons, I suppose. Um, but yeah, I mean, like I always dog dribble, but like if you just go to the explore page, I mean, there's a decent amount of variability just because there's some illustrations and stuff. But if you look at all like these web dashboards, like how many fucking dashboards are people going to do? I've used no dashboards that look anything like this. Like, why are people still making dashboards? Um, I don't know. I miss the days of like weird web. It's like, I'm gonna age myself, but like the Flash days, of course, were like, it was like the too advanced stuff. Mm. they used to just go nuts. They were like, I think they're ahead of where we are now. I think we reverted. I think because Flash had like all this freeform creativity, and then it went back to HTML. Thanks, Steve Jobs, killing Flash. But then it was like all these like really limiting, like there wasn't a lot of things like most developers didn't know how to do any sort of motion or anything sort of crazy. Like, don't believe WebGL was much of a thing at that point. But yeah, so I think we've kind of worked our way back a little bit, but people still aren't pushing it. And I think, I don't know, like, I don't want to like dog anyone specifically, but like, what are we doing here? All this shit looks the same, and like this is probably the worst example, most glaring example. I think if you go on Behance and look at some of their stuff, sometimes there's a good amount of variability. The problem is like people are just clout chasing. Like they just see something that they think works and they just want to copy it and make it their own version, which I mean everyone copies at some point and kind of like breaks things down and tries to understand it if that's where they know they want to go. But I mean, people are just not thinking outside the box. These are the people who are going to be clipped when AI starts getting its shit together, because there's nothing unique about it. Like these people doing branding, like there's nothing ownable or distinct about it. It all looks just so similar. Yeah, I could bitch about this forever. Like, okay, Blake doing some collaging type shit. This feels a lot like, was it Mike McQuaid? Yeah. Like, is this, do they work together? Do they know each other? Is this random chance? Oh, look, he used to do, I mean, he's talented. He's clearly got a really good eye, but it's like, this just gets really close to some of it's really good. Again, like I can't dog it, but I mean, some of this stuff is just random chance too. You never know. It does seem inspired. Everyone's inspired by everything. I've seen much, much, much more egregious. I'm not trying to put anyone on blast here specifically. I don't really care to do that. Although I did just shit talk a lot of people. So, no, I don't mean to. What is that? The road to hell is paved with good intentions? Is that? Oh yeah, that is lame. Dad used to give me that one all the time. So I know I've been staring at this for a minute. The one thing I'm thinking about is this introduction. I think I just need to pick a lane. I think I stopped checking Dribble when I saw a website placed on a moving flag. Yeah. I think I remember seeing that too. I think the poor guy who did that just got dragged for it. And he kind of asked for it. Like, why are you putting a website on a flag? I don't really know. I don't know. There's a reason for everything, I guess. I think I maybe even commented on that one. I think it's really LOL or something. It's just some like passive aggressive shithead comment. I'm the fucking worst. I'm sorry. Um, but yeah, Dribble's turned into a shit show. And yeah, people buy all these templates and all these mock-up. It's amazing. Like I wonder how much money people are making off all this, like, what is it, Mason mock-ups? And like, don't get me wrong, I've used mock-ups before. But like just seeing some like really questionable work showing up on some of these templates and weird applications of said templates. Again, like these are really well done, but these guys got to be making a shit ton of money. I see their ads all the time on Instagram. Yo, Lambig, what's good, man? Have you ever worked within esports? I would love to, but I haven't. Seems like there's a lot of cool opportunity there, but can't say I've gotten into it. Seems like there's a couple interesting brands. I mean, 100 Thieves is the only one that comes to mind. They do some good design stuff, but it's not quite my aesthetic. Or vibe, to be honest. But like some of the brands in there, I feel like there's some cool opportunities in terms of like what all these, like all the different touch points of these brands. Like if they get into product or if they do like more traditional branding, they have a lot of digital sort of components of their brand and where those live. They have their own shops. I don't know. They'd be really cool to like help develop that brand. Loaded. I think I've been to this. I feel like I've heard of Loaded, but I'm not like super into esports. I watch a couple streamers for like a mix of like it is entertaining, but it is also interesting to see what popular streamers do. I have no idea what I'm doing. But yeah, there's a lot of eyes and a lot of interest in esports, and I feel like there's a lot of opportunity and budget potentially to do something cool. And they're kind of on like the more progressive side of the spectrum too, so a lot of it seems like, I don't know, be a lot of potential for working with some of these esports brands. Creative producer, talent manager. Nope. Do they got any jobs at 100 Thieves? Brand entertainment marketing manager. Senior counsel. Here we go. So, oh, they're like a management? I didn't even look to see what they're about. I mean, like, look at the lineup of brands that are getting into this. It's like, I think brands are finally waking up to how much money. This is a little slow. How much money and eyes are on esports and streaming. It's crazy. But something like this definitely makes sense. Is this all like WebGL? Gotta be. Yeah, it's just cool. I'd love to work in it. I'm trying to find like, I don't know, what's next. I don't know if my own thing is gonna be forever. Like finding the right sort of like full-time thing to help build out. So I need to get, oh, that's what I was doing. It was the introduction. Neo, yo, what's good, man? Thanks for coming back. It's like instant promotion to just tens of thousands of people if you're working with the top streamers. Yep. Yeah, I could see that for sure. In terms of design, though, I think esports is pretty far behind the traditional gaming look that a lot of organizations go with. Looks so outdated. I need to find a way in. Yeah, I hear that, man. It is funny. There's like this gamer look, like it definitely has like this antiquated feel to it. Like it's not, um, it's like what some boomer thinks of video gamers. It's like lots of lens flares and italicized fonts and outline fonts and I don't even know what the visual. I can picture it in my head, but I can't name the characteristics for some reason. Um, yeah, I got away with words. What can I say? So I'm just gonna. Oh, don't do that. I'm just gonna put a couple placeholder things in here. So this way I can animate position with. Problem is, um, this is already at 5 by the time this loads in. That's kind of weird. That's okay. A fully dark website. Yeah. I remember like, I don't know if I'm able to talk about this. Like doing some ideation for Riot. This was something I had worked on. This doesn't look like the same site. If I'm being honest. I don't know. I think it is. Yeah, there's like elements of it. Riot's a rad brand. Like if you come to understand them, like holy shit. Hey, you want to get into I guess the gaming world, maybe this is a first start. I think Riot's hiring. I don't know. Oh my god. Good God. Actually interviewed um with Riot for full time a while back. But it was when they only had League of Legends. And I don't like those kind of games at all. I'm like, yeah, we want everyone who works here to be like into the game. Like, yeah, I'm okay. Like, well, we can get you like training to do it. Like, no, I'm okay. But like the team, there's rad. They have a ton of talent. I know a couple people there. Um, I think Michael Sevilla is still there. Um, Aaron Strather's there. Just mega fucking talented people. Aaron Strather, like, where is it? I think it's the Goon Lives. I think it's just the Goon. He does the raddest fucking stuff. If you're ever looking for like a new candle or something, definitely check out these fucking candles and like random figurines and stuff. Like this guy is just such a creative monster. But yeah, like let's see, Goon Lives Instagram. That is not it. The official Goon Life. Where is it? Let me pull this off the screen. Dig through my Insta. Not that I got anything sketchy going on or anything. There you go. So he's making like the candles out of this. Like it's so fucking cool. And he's learned the process of making these molds. Like he does it all himself. He's like learned all the different materials to use. Um, just as like an individual, he's maybe the most creative person I know. Like pretty much bar none. I think this is like when I tell people I work in design or like the creative field, they think I can do shit like this. I cannot do shit like this. I can't draw for shit. You should see that he used to have a site. It was just a collection of his sketches. What? Oh yeah. Put an extra R in there. Yeah, all these like he does a lot of like the illustrations, I guess, for some of the Riot properties. But yeah, like if you want to talk about like someone keeping like the kind of out there mentality alive, this is your boy right here. Just insanely talented. There used to be a lot more. Oh, drawing a blank. This is what it was. These are just like put all of his sketches in here. Yeah, but he hasn't updated since 2016. Yeah, I don't know. It might be just biased because I just love his style. I think it's very distinct, very masculine, but it's, I don't know. He's just really clever dude too. Who wouldn't want a fucking tattoo of that? I don't want to ask him if I can do that. Yeah, there are people out there fighting the good fight, keeping the internet weird. Oh, so I gotta redo this. So where's first scroll's happening? Resolves here. Oh man, I think it starts here. It's just gotta go higher. That's way too fast. Moves again. Actually, I think I'm gonna go back to what I had. It'll go to whatever the initial state is, but from here it's gotta move to here. See. And it moves again. Come out of lines. Yeah, it's just gotta add a couple more placeholder lines. Heading off, speak to you all later. Design Twitter people. Hey, thanks for coming through, man. I actually think I'm gonna be doing a lot of work on this today. My goal is to get at least something shareable by the end of today, because I haven't really talked about this in a minute. But I am supposed to go grab some lunch real fast. Next couple minutes here. But I will be back, I think around like 1:30 or 2. Just gonna keep jamming on this. And that probably gets into like, I don't know, Friday afternoon. I don't know how many people are gonna be sticking around wanting to listen to this idiot talk for too much longer, but on that weekend mentality. But I will be here, because I am determined to get this damn thing done. There we go. You stream tonight. I'll catch you then. Otherwise, have a great weekend. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it, Lambig. Yeah, I think I'll probably just gonna be streaming a lot. So right now it's 12:30 PST. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go run to the store, grab something, eat, and then so probably like 2 o'clock PST I'll be back, and my goal is to just kind of keep jamming. I mean, maybe till like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I mean, this is I'm old, you know, I don't even go out to the bars or anything, so I'll be here, just working. But appreciate everyone coming through. I mean, definitely seems like there's a couple more people making their way through. So again, all the subscribes, all like the questions, comments, conversation, like I'm learning about all sorts of shit. Like I don't like this is a two-way sort of thing for me. Like I like sharing, but I'd be lying if I didn't learn a bunch of shit from you guys. So much appreciated. But yeah, I definitely want to get this thing largely sorted out. Oh, here we go. Shit. That's not what I'm looking for. And so I'm gonna have to go through here and type out like all the different things that these are. Catch you later. Yeah, hey, thanks for coming through, Davies. Appreciate it, man. Definitely a lot of fun. Oh shit, I gotta go. But yeah, thanks for coming through. I'll be back around like 2. Yeah, around 2. So I'll